Hi guys, howdy and hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Mercy and you've clearly come here for poison drama and tainted tea. Do you guys like my new look? I figured it was only appropriate. Black witch. I'll learn to control myself. Let's get rid of this hat. I like the hat. In my last video, we reviewed the book After. And by we, I mean me. And by reviewed, I mean uncontrollably ranted. I also wanted to bring up the fact that I didn't mention necessarily why I gave it a 2 out of 5. And all I'm going to say on that topic is I thought it was obvious. The book didn't receive the rating, it was more so the story. Characters make up a story, and these characters suck. What was the theme of the last video? Toxicity. That book screamed, I need to talk about my deeply rooted psychological issues. Not the author, the book. Moving right along. Black Witch is the second or first book. My apologies, that's not correct. The Black Witch is the second or first in the young adult fantasy quintet or pentology. Boom! Hit him with the vocab! So I guess it could be the third book. Basically what I'm saying is that there's a prequel made up of 2 B novellas, Wand Fasted and Light Madge. So let's call it book 1. The Black Witch is next and then the Iron Flower. The Shadow Wand just came out on June 9th of this year, which completes the quintet. When I tell you I have been waiting for this book for decades, I don't know if you could tell, but I live for awkward moments and secondhand embarrassment, and this series is chock full of them. I just can't wait to reread this entire series, except for Light Madge. I just don't care about Sage Gaffney. Sorry. Let's get into the review. Book starts off with our main girl, Ellerin Gardner, at home in the boonies. When I tell you that this girl is backwater like judge not. Do as you please. With her Uncle Edwin and her 2 brothers Rafe and Tristan. The most scandalous thing to happen in those parts was that her neighbor Sage Gaffney ran off, broke her wand fasting, is rumored to be pregnant and having a demon baby. I guess that is kind of dramatic. Moving on. I forgot to mention that the majority of people living in this place called Gardenia are a bunch of racist pricks. They're also living 1,000 centuries in the past where women get married at 12, they can't go to school, and then they need permission from their husband to use their damn credit card. This chick's Aunt Vivian shows up. Talk about an asshole. Gets into a pissing match with the uncle, which she wins after throwing her high-ranking position in the government around. Typical. And boom! Ellerin gets to go to college. She gets to school and her roommates are 2 Icaral demons. Ellerin works with the Fae, or technical term, elf, to pay for her school, but one in particular, Yvonne Uriel, hates her with a fiery passion, and we know where that goes. Which is a shame because he's a total snatch. She befriends 2 lupines, aka werewolves, Dana and Gerard Ulrich, who are also outcasts because they're seen as wild animals, and that completes the merry band. They spend the school year fighting, lusting, and getting in trouble until they band together at the end of the semester to save a Selkie that the school groundskeeper is using as his own personal prostitute, which leads them to the bigger secret. The Gardenian government is corrupt and power hungry and using a secret army of broken dragons to intimidate and exterminate every other race. Because they're the pure ones. Glad nothing like that ever happens in the real world. Wait. Let's talk about Ellerin and why everybody hates her. First and foremost, she's entitled and snobbish. She's also really judgmental. She grows out of this as she opens up her mind and gets to know those around her. But you would think that somebody that's judged so harshly for their looks and her resemblance to another, she would attempt the common courtesy of not being a judgy Judy. However, what I will say in her defense is that when she's your friend, she's definitely ride or die type material. Now, the majority of people dislike her because she resembles her grandmother so much, and resemble might be watering it down a little bit. According to the book, she's a spitting image, an exact replica of her grandmother, Carnissa Gardner, aka the Black Witch. Known for freeing Gardenia. Why do I keep calling it Gardenia? You can become one of our bunch, and together we'll be sure to fly. Known for freeing Gardneria and enslaving or murdering those who would oppose her. Yvonne Uriel. Evangelial, total sketchball. For good reason though. The book describes him as very attractive, and honestly he sounds like just my type, tall, dark, and mysterious. Common, with seemingly no issues other than an intense hatred for Ellerin, initially under the guise of not liking her for being an entitled princess. It's incredibly clear that he's hiding something, but the more time he spends around the group, the more he lets his guard down, and that's how it's revealed that he is in fact the elusive Fire Fae thought to have been eradicated in the war with the Black Witch. Well, technically he's only half Fire Fae because his mother's a Fire Fae, and he's also half Icaral demon. His daddy was an Icaral demon, okay? The most powerful of the Fae, in fact. We'll get into that another time. That's for book 2. Also, he has the hots for Ellerin, obviously. So what does he do? Revert back to the 3rd grade and be a meanie weenie. Duh. Edwin and Vivian Gardner. Begin the sibling wars! These two couldn't be more different. Edwin having taken over the role of paternal figure after their parents, they being the kids, perished in the war. He wants what's best for them like most parents do. Vivian, on the other hand, is only after power and enhancing the status that goes along with her family name, being one of the children of the Black Witch. Probably why she ends up killing her brother. You're not supposed to know that yet. Sorry. I highly recommend reading the Wand-fasted e-novella to get more information on these two. Rafe and Tristan Gardner. Continuing the relation tree, we have Ellerin's brothers. Tristan is the youngest and incredibly smart. He's also more powerful than most of the kids his age, but considering he's harboring the secret that he's gay in this very judgmental, backwards world, he tries to stay under the radar as much as possible. Rafe is the oldest of the bunch and very much I'm gonna do what I want to, very strong-willed and hard-headed. Lots of fun at parties. I don't know anything about parties. I didn't go to parties pre-quarantine, so I certainly don't know about them now. But I watch the TV. Sometimes. I read the books. I know what goes on there. A very talented tracker, he's always been open-minded and he thrives in the university setting, which is probably how he ends up in a relationship with one of the school's 4 pariahs. Finally checking into the relative train station, we have the werewolf wonder twins, Gerard and Ulrich, the only lupines in the entire school. They come from a high-ranking and very respected, amongst other lupine relations, werewolf pack. Somehow, Ellerin stuck up her Gardner befriends these two and they become part of the official Rat Pack. The twins are yin and yang to the T. Where Gerard has a fairly calm temper, Diana is ready to throw hands if you give her a sideways look. She will fight you, she will win, and she's gonna let you know that she's gonna win while she's slapping you upside the head. Gerard fears what other people will say while Diana couldn't care less. And that's the story of how Diana Ulrich, the werewolf lupine, started dating one of Gardneria's well-known soldiers, Rafe Gardner, aka Ellerin's brother. Ariel Haven and Winter Urlin. When Ellerin is banished to a tower on the outskirts of the campus property, she finds herself living with 2 Icaral demons. Winter is half elf and half Icaral. She's an incredibly talented artist and she's also shy and meek. That being said, she holds no ill will or judgment towards Ellerin. Ariel, on the other hand, despises Ellerin, mainly for the reasons that most people do, but also because when she was younger she was held in a Gardnerian prison and force-fed Nymphler, a plant to weaken Icaral children, and is now a drug addict. Her hands are quite literally stained with the evils of Ellerin's people. Fallon Bane! Typical teen bully out to mess with Ellerin and ruin your good day. Rubs in her face that she's going to be the next Black Witch. Doesn't matter too much in this book. Finally, Lucas Gray, a slippery serpent. He is one of the highest ranking young men in the Gardnerian Guard, and he flirts with Ellerin non-stop, but he's only after her untapped power. Such a user. Advice! Try to be open-minded. You'll make new friends and you'll learn new things. 2. Treat others the way you would like to be treated. Didn't we learn that in like kindergarten or something? There's no need to bully people, and if you're trying to make your point, you don't need to intimidate anybody to get it across. Chill out. Don't let anybody tell you what you can or cannot do, unless you're harming other people. Stand up for what's right. If you're in a position of power or privilege, Do what you can to help those who can't help themselves. I don't think you should risk your safety because I definitely believe in putting your mask on first before you help others. See what I did there? But as I've mentioned before, doing nothing is still enablement. Today I will leave you with a quote from the Queen. Do what you want with your body, mind, spirit, and emotions, as long as you're not hurting anyone or forcing your belief upon others. Lady Gaga, more or less. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. Please drop them down in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification. I will see you in the next one.